Hey kids, it's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS. Oh, man, I can't believe who we have in the studio tonight, folks. I've already been just buttering these guys' balls. You guys sound like one of my all-time favorite bands. I'm not going to say who they are, but I fucking love your shit.
And we
I've already said fuck and shit within the first half a minute. But I fucking love your shit.
We bring the best out in people.
It's a shame that it took so long to get you guys on here, you know. But I'm glad that we did.
If you like our shit, you should hear our music.
Your music smells great too. Ha ha! Right back at you. So, the way that this music is composed, you know, like I was kind of mentioning, is, you know, one of the things that I really enjoy about it, how it'll just kind of come in like layer after layer, and just like, even though some of the layers are still pretty subtle, You know, it gives you something to listen to over and over again, I feel like. And that's what I enjoy about it. So, excuse me. I gotta follow up a compliment with, an inadequacy. Sorry about that. It is KWJUDAS.
It's against the law to listen to Irish music totally sober, I think.
I actually ran out. Okay, this is no joke. I'm glad you said that. For one thing, I ain't supposed to be drinking. You noticed I'm limping around? Yeah, it's 'cause of drinking. For another thing, this guy over here, I happen to be good friends with his sister. We've been good friends for a long time, and she texted me right before the show as I'm trying to fix my computer getting ready, and she's like, my brother is playing your show tonight, and I'm just like, oh, shit, we've never even been introduced. You have a brother that lives in Utah that plays in a fucking awesome band?
Yeah,
and I never heard?
That's me.
Do they drink? Yes.
Yes, they do.
All right, I will be right back. So that is actually another reason why I'm sorry I kept you guys waiting at the door. I had to run and grab beer.
Understandable.
It was for you guys, and only one guy's drinking it anyway. Cheers.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to hear next?
We got so many good ones.
Let's do some polkas. It's the Maggie in the Woods and Britches Full of Stitches and Sean Ryan's. Let's cue that one up.
This one also had something to do with Maggie now. Who's this Maggie person?
She's just like this really popular girl in all of Ireland, and like everybody knows her, and there's only like a billion tunes written about her, and it's not like a big deal or anything.
Here in America, you've met John. Well, just like every other person's named John here. I guess every other person's named Maggie there.
Or Michael.
Or Michael.
I went to Ireland once, and I met, no joke, like a dozen men named Michael.
There's a shit ton of Michaels here.
A lot of Ryans, Ryans.
There's a lot of Ryans here. But then Ireland, they got around, I think that there's a little bit of their genes in everyone.
Yeah, they went everywhere. They were like, Ireland ain't good enough for us.
Goals. So it seems there's a little bit of Maggie or Molly in everyone here tonight. Whatever her name was. In fact, yeah, that was another thing I had to rush out and grab.
Damn it, I was about to say, how'd you know I was on Molly?
Oh, that was for after the show. You snuck into my stash, you bastard.
Oh, man, that's why you can't play for shit.
Well, all right, at least you're not going to have to play your violin for at least another 20, 30 minutes, so you got time to let that sink in. And as for the rest of you, we're saving that for after the show.
Clyde.
Huh? All right. We have the real folk here. That is the for real folk on KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo. an amazing studio audience in tonight now, don't we, folks?
Handsome, too.
Pretty.
Very attractive people here. We have the real folk. Where are you guys actually from? Are you actually all originally from Utah?
So most of us are all originally from Utah, except for Sophie and Clyde. I remembered Clyde.
And Sam.
And Sam. Holy shit.
Okay, so
nobody's from Utah.
Yeah, so we're outnumbered.
Two of
here,
us are
Marissa.
from
All right,
Utah.
let's just go around the circle and just start out. What instrument you play, where you hail from. I don't know, how long you been playing it.
I play tenor banjo and mandolin.
Oh, and your name, too. That probably,
And my name is Sam.
Hi, Sam.
I've been playing mandolin for a while. I got a tenor banjo this summer, but it translated well from what I already play. I was born and raised in New Jersey, and I've lived a good majority of my adult life here in Utah.
Word. Yeah, what brought you to Utah?
Musically, what brought me to Utah was family and education, but I actually grew up on violin and got a lot of technical skill from that and learned how to read sheet music and all of that. And it translated really well into what I do in the band, doing melody lines on various instruments that all share a lot of commonalities. So,
Hell yeah. And we have on the upright bass here.
Hi, my name is Sophie.
Hi, Sophie.
Thank you.
Hi,
I'll try again. Hi, my name is Sophie.
Hi, Sophie.
I
What a
play string bass, and I grew up in Maine on the East Coast. I started bass when I was 11. I played in the jazz band in middle school, and
Has it always been upright bass?
no, I started on electric, but then a few months later, I picked up upright and
Love
played in the
upright.
orchestra, and I just love the variety of music I get to play as a bass player. It's like everyone needs a bass player, so
For sure.
I've played bluegrass, I've played like death metal, now I'm playing Irish.
Did you play the upright in a death metal band?
I sure didn't,
Oh,
but I
man,
should
I want
have.
to see that. Oh, my
Oh.
God. How come I've never seen that
her
before?
fingers were bleeding by the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
they would be.
Hey, if you want to do a collab, you can make this happen.
I have a black metal band that is all acoustic. I
Dang.
play the
So you know
banjo and I have a
basses.
cello player.
Okay, hit me up.
And God, I have wanted an upright bass in there.
Right.
I've had an acoustic bass, but not an upright.
Yeah.
The acoustic
Well, I'm
can
here
get pretty heavy.
to make people's dreams come true.
Let's
that's my
talk after the
business
show when we're doing some Molly and yeah. Talk to you between lines. Then we have this fellow over here.
Hey, my name is Christopher, but you can call me Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi,
Since we're
Chris.
friends now. I'm the bouzouki player. If you don't know what a bouzouki is, that's okay. That makes you the same as almost everyone else on Earth.
That means you're normal.
But I'm about to change that forever. You're about to join the elite ranks. So the bouzouki is a large mandolin-like instrument. It originally hails from Greece.
I was
but-
actually going to ask where.
Yeah, bouzouki is not a very Irish-sounding word.
Not really.
And there's a reason for that.
It could be.
It could be.
Maybe Gaelic.
Yeah, so I don't think, like a lot of folk culture, a lot of it is in fact borrowed and cross-pollinated, and the bouzouki is a good example of that.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty much just a big mandolin. Like, it's nothing special, and I do rhythm in the band, so.
It sounds way cooler than a mandolin, though. I mean, listen to it, folks.
All right, yeah, let's listen to it.
Oh,
Careful, you're
that's
right
one
next to a mandolin
another
player.
huge difference, folks, that I have yet to mention. These guys actually brought their instruments, so they made me set up my condenser mic. And yes, we are going to have a live performance at the end of the show. Until then, he's going to show us just what a bouzouki sounds like.
So there you go. The bouzouki badly played for a couple
The
couple
bazoobly.
seconds. The bouzouki.
Bazoobly zoo.
I think it got held up for like a week at customs when I ordered it from Romania because,
They thought it was a weapon.
well, my theory is they put it in the check again pile. It was a long
They're just
box.
like, what the fuck is that?
They're like, I don't know. We're on the clock. Put it in the check again pile, and that was like a couple weeks till they looked at it again.
Man, that's got to be scary. Never getting that shit back.
Well. Let's see. Oh yeah. So my musical background is they tried teaching me piano as a child, and I refused. And then I played clarinet for my entire school experience and was the worst at it in the whole band. And then I found my way to Irish music, play the whistle. I brought a couple of those too.
Hell yeah.
But I'm not going to make you listen to it right now.
Make us? Oh, we would enjoy it the most.
That'll
speak for
come
yourself.
later. Yeah.
Your bandmates don't like you.
Well, yeah, that's okay though. They're useful. So, yeah, and then Marissa and I, who you are yet to meet, but you will fall in love with, we started playing music together because she picked up the Mountain Dulcimer or something, and we did some Christmas music.
Gangsta.
She is my ex-sister-in-law. So our band project actually outlasted my marriage.
Oh, wow.
But that's okay. Right?
That's a whole nother story we'll get to later.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it right now, guys. Yeah, so it was...
Or not. We don't have...
It was awesome to have that, like, in my life and to continue to have it. And we've just been picking up talented people ever since. So,
well, now we have this fine gentleman on the fiddle.
Well, hi there. My name's Clyde.
Hi, Clyde. Hi, Clyde.
I'm originally from Arizona, and I came down here for school, so don't ask me about that. But anyways, Utah's a lot of fun. But yeah, I came down here. I'm a fiddle player. I play viola too, classically, but more of a fiddle player. My musical background, I started mostly classical, and then I started playing extra notes and getting fancy with Mozart. And my teacher saw that I needed a different outlet, is a good way to put it. But
right.
And then she showed me Irish, and then after she showed me that drug, I did jazz and bluegrass, and I've just been a mess since.
You're saying that, Irish is more advanced than Mozart.
Well, I can see
on the fiddle, at least.
If there was a window here, my classical teacher would have like a sniper on me. But
oh shit!
Yeah, we'd see the
Good
red
thing
dot
he's not
going
here,
through his forehead.
and he's probably not listening because everyone hates this show. Nobody's listening to this. No one's gonna hear it. Talk shit, dude. Talk shit.
Shout out Dr. Fairbanks.
I'm going to send him a link to this after we're done.
Man, there's a kiss ass. I hope he gets an A for this. He better, goddammit, because I can see the look in his eye. it's twinkly.
No, sorry, that's just the Molly. My bad.
He is the one who snuck into my stash, so I don't blame him. So, last but not least.
Hello. Hi, my name is Marissa. And I play the concertina, which is an instrument that probably fewer people know than the Irish bouzouki. It's kind of like a small accordion, except for the very important thing to know about it is that it's not an accordion and they're entirely different instruments. But imagine a small accordion, and that's basically what it is. It doesn't
now you know
have...
how to piss her off.
Usually in cartoons, you'll see what people think is an accordion, and that's why they call it. It's usually a concertina. It seems like when you see like in the old cartoons, and someone's playing, right? It's not an accordion, and I think that's why. I blame the old cartoons.
Yeah, and it's like, a lot of sailors. I think maybe Popeye plays one.
Yeah, and everyone just thinks it's a fucking
and it's
accordion.
An accordion, but it's got buttons on both ends and none of those fancy schmancy piano keys. But I started my foray into Irish music. I grew up playing the piano, and then I played the guitar, and then I played the electric bass in like a pop punk garage girl band for a little while, which was super fun. And then quarantine hit, and I had a little crisis, and I impulse bought what's called a mountain dulcimer, and I started playing Irish music with Christopher. And the mountain dulcimer only has typically 4 strings. Mine only has 3, so it's a very quiet instrument. And I was tired of being drowned out by Christopher's bouzouki, and so I told him I was going to get something with a little more oomph.
Yeah, now we have the opposite problem, don't we, Marissa?
And now I drowned Christopher out because the concertina is much louder. So
that thing is pretty freaking
Have we said
loud.
it's a problem?
where would we be without Christopher's rhythm?
Here's another kind of unique thing: is his bouzouki is electric. Not as
That
you play
is
a weird
true.
instrument, he plays one you can plug it in.
Nobody wants my concertina to be plugged in or amplified any more than it's already amplified.
Actually, we've played a gig where they amplified your concertina.
Yeah, it was
Wasn't
kind
that
of
Piper Down.
It was a Piper Down pub in Salt Lake City, and it was for the first time in my life, I could hear the concertina like echoed back at me, and it kind of threw me off a little bit because the sound comes out the ends. I can often not even like hear myself playing.
Damn,
if
that
we're
is
being
loud.
real. But
yeah,
I
and
was
the
like,
building
oh,
almost blew up. So
and it was incredible. What a way to go, am I right?
Can I also just say, Marissa, your impulse buys are so much healthier than mine.
Yeah, I'd say a mountain dulcimer is much better than like, I don't know, a whole case of vodka in my
So
case.
I'm feeling really low right now.
Probably
I'm going to pick
cheaper,
up
too.
a really wholesome skill.
I just don't fucking know right now, man.
I'm just
I
at
don't.
rock bottom.
I don't fucking know. I'm gonna learn like.
That's when you know
arithmetic.
you're at rock bottom. So, I mean, we got to hear what his instrument sounded like. Just for the kids out there, why don't you give us a real quick demonstration of the concertina? And before we start, concertina versus accordion, the buttons. What do you have as far as buttons go on this thing? I mean, obviously, an accordion has almost a full-on keyboard and then a whole nother set of buttons. You obviously have way, way less.
Yeah, so the fun thing about my instrument is it's called an Anglo concertina. So that means that one button will produce two notes depending on the direction of the bellows. So I am, for instance, holding one button right now. If I push in, it's a note. If I pull out, it's a different note. So that makes it really good for Irish music because it's very fast and I don't have to move my fingers as much.
Does an accordion do that too?
No,
Okay.
it doesn't. And there's also types of concertinas that don't do that.
So that's kind of an advantage that it sort of has over the accordion.
Yeah, well, I think so. Other people think it's confusing, which it kind of
I
is.
can understand why, but
I mean, you play it for a little bit. I've been playing for almost 2 years now, and you pick it up, you learn kind of where it goes. So I have a 30-button concertina, so I have a row in the key of C, a row in the key of G, and then I've got some accidentals up at the top. So I can play in some keys. Some keys that these guys ask me to play in are a little trickier than others, just because of the direction the bellows have to go, but it's fine.
oh,
We do that.
let's hear a quick little demonstration, shall we?
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna...
Those fingers are flying. Oh my god.
Just speeding, going past
Shredding.
this. Shredding, that's the word for it.
Well, there you have it, folks. It is the real folk. That's why they call themselves that. There's no faking the fuck in this shit. None of that folk, punk, murder, country, death, whatever. Bloggity, schloggity.
That's actually my favorite genre of music, so if you could just...
You
Over
blogging
man.
schmoggly
Folk
did for this.
music.
I just
country,
stirred the
you wanna
pot
say
there.
The fake
I got
folk.
everybody on mutiny now. we should probably get into a song before everyone riots.
We should have a band battle with the fake folk.
If you want to riot, if
Fake
you don't
folk,
wanna riot,
wherever
shouldn't
you
have us
are out
riot.
there, we challenge you to a battle of the bands.
Fake folk.
I know you are out
You're
there
faking the
somewhere.
folk.
You
We're
have a
about to
crappy
folk you
band
up.
name, and we're going to take you down.
You're about to get folked up.
Stop stealing our good lines.
Whoever
Yeah,
loses,
it's my
gotta
joke.
change your name. That's the rule.
In Sturgis, in the cage, on pay-per-view. Oh, yeah. you fake folks out there, we got the real folk here on KWJUDAS on Free Radio Provo. Yeah. Thank y'all for being with us tonight. I think your music's awful swell. They don't even know what to say now. Didn't you have a few anecdotes you wanted to relate?
We're all just jealous we can't do that good of an impression.
Yeah, we're just
Sorry,
floored,
just
actually.
Hey, I'll do vocals for you guys. I notice you're all instrumental, which I do dig, but if you want a vocalist, as you can hear, I got the pipes.
Yeah, we talked about it as a band, and we actually already have a vocalist. That would be Sophie.
Well, while I was in the bathroom.
We actually already have Macho Man Randy Savage on standby.
It's really
so
awkward.
it's
She has a really good Randy Savage as well. So,
Hey, I respect that.
let's hear it, Sophie.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, Sophie, come on, Sophie.
Oh, yeah. That was great. That was great.
Sophie here. Gonna tell you how it's done, little
So
man.
Sophie's actually a classically trained, like, opera vocalist. She left that out. I don't know why, but like I'm looking around at my bandmates disappointed because they're just too humble. Like they leave out a lot of their greatest skills.
Some
and
people
talents.
don't like to brag.
I know, right? What's with those people?
Like I never mentioned that I am in opera too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like I said, I got the pipes, you guys. And I'm flattered that you already discussed me being your band while I was out of the room without me even having to say anything. You know, I kind of means something.
So,
it's like, wow, they liked me, but not enough.
Yeah, isn't it like?
But they
actually a
still
mean
liked
thing?
me.
We will
We
keep
didn't
your
even,
number,
give
you
you
know.
a chance. We were just
And-
like, before he even asks, no.
Motherfucker. All right. Tell your fucking. You guys had some anecdotes that you were going to relate. Let's hear them.
All right,
No more
well,
talking shit on the host. Come on. I let you into my house. I made you hot cocoa.
Gave us Molly.
made us
I
some
offered you
chocolate.
Molly. I mean, come on. Give me a break. All right. So the antidotes.
Yes, the antidotes.
Where is the antidote?
Well, for listeners at home, our name is spelled R-E-E-L, not R-E-A-L. The reason for that is one of the most popular and traditional styles of Irish tune is called a reel.
Right.
It's 4/4 time. It's a good time. The dancers love it. Irish music is in large part for Irish dance, right?
So how does a reel go?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Just
2, 3,
one.
4.
So anyone that plays in 4/4 is playing a reel?
Yeah, and they don't even know it.
Damn. So
Well,
like
unless
all
it's a
pop
hornpipe.
music.
Yeah, all pop music is just
Reels.
reels within the wrong instruments.
For reals.
But
Yeah.
then there's songs in
Damn.
4/4 called hornpipes, and it's like a reel, but if it gets real lumpy,
Yeah,
right?
the technical
But,
term is actually
da-da-da-da.
lumpy.
Define lumpy. What is
I
that?
Well, it's
can't.
just like lumpy. Like you just feel it. Like it's not
I
smooth.
can't actually tell you in words what lumpy means.
Like your grandma's thighs.
Yeah.
but no, exactly like that.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you
I didn't know
joke, but-
music could sound like that.
Well, when it
until I
does,
met
it's a
you guys.
hornpipe.
It transports.
I told you how much I loved your music, and
But yeah, most Irish
well,
music
I'm not
is-
gonna get into it.
It's traditional tunes, right? One of the cool things about that is there's like, I don't know how many tunes, probably hundreds, but there's some that are really, really well known. And so as an Irish musician, if you get familiar with those tunes and you learn them, then you, as an Irish musician from Utah, can go to Chicago, you could go to New York, you could go to any random place they're playing Irish music anywhere.
Right.
Effing Ireland.
Like, yeah, you could go to that Ireland place.
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Do you think that they would be welcoming, or they'd be like, "You guys are not from here, bunch of posers"?
Actually, I've been to Ireland. It's actually they're pretty cool about it. I would say it's one of those things. I think they're just happy that their culture. I'm not speaking for every Irish person in the world.
Right. Well,
It's
how
all
could
about
you?
the
But,
music.
it's a mixture of getting that culture out there. And I think the fact that it's able to come back, and I think the fact that it's spread so far. I mean, there's like in Japan, there's Irish pubs now where you can go and play.
Oh, for sure.
And it's just wonderful. Just you can go anywhere.
Well, people just love this shit. I mean, music doesn't necessarily, especially by now, have to be from any kind of an origin.
Mm-hmm.
And if it speaks to you, it speaks to you. you know. And that's one of my favorite things about more traditional music still is, of course, you don't have to be from that place, and also just how it communicates. It is its own language that is like speaking in tongues, kind of.
Yeah, like back to what Chris is saying is like there's lots of well-known songs and there's just a strong community about it. I don't claim to be an expert in Irish culture or Irish music culture, but from what I've learned and understood, the music is just there to be enjoyed and to help enrich our social interactions. So whether you just have one guy playing a fiddle for everyone listening, or you have a big group of 20, 30 people playing together, you can just jump in and you can have a good time together.
Indeed. So, on the note of, you know, all the different traditional songs out there, is the music you guys play, I imagine, of course, a lot of it, you know, would be renditions of traditional songs, but a lot of it's original too, correct?
No.
So all of these are just traditional songs then?
Yeah.
Your versions or takes on them?
Yeah, we were literally debating this the other day. What makes something an actual folk tune? And
okay.
My personal guess is that no one's really sure where the tune came from.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's not really an original artist. It's essentially been covered so many times and for so long that the original artist is irrelevant at this point. So I think that along that line, maybe some Queen songs are like modern day folk tunes, like "We Will Rock You." It's probably a folk tune by that. Yeah, someday. Yeah, after the nuclear apocalypse, and everyone's like,
it will be one of those
like,
songs.
we don't know who sang this, but
I don't know if Queen can ever become that obsolete.
That's the thing, right? Such big personalities that just
Yeah.
last. But I mean, dude, give it like 8, 10 generations, right? Some of these folk tunes are probably like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Right, but Freddie Mercury's not hundreds and hundreds of years old, and if he was, I'm pretty sure we'd still know it.
And I'd still fuck him.
Like, but we would know who wrote all those O'Malley and, you know, songs about Molly and all that stuff. It would be Freddie Mercury.
There's a pretty good argument that there will never be another folk
We would
tune
fucking
for that
know.
reason.
And none of these songs would be folk, and they'd probably still, none of them would be public domain, and he's still collecting the royalties.
Yeah.
And none of you guys could play any of this shit.
No.
Thank God Freddie Mercury wasn't born earlier. Like hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
I've been saying that
I mean,
for so long. That's
we
been
would
the
have a
whole
lot
thing.
of really cool music, but it would all be under his name. And yeah, again, I don't think that he'll ever just be obsolete enough to call Queen's music folk songs that are public domain, even 10, 20 generations later.
That's probably right. I mean, a lot of these, probably like Drowsy Maggie, for instance. Who knows who wrote that? Someone like 300
Not
or more
Freddie
years
Mercury.
ago. Not Freddie Mercury.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Unless
not
he had
sure,
a time machine and he went back in time.
Okay. Thanks.
Where's
Yeah.
he from, though? I mean, you never know, like what his ancestors may have been capable of.
Yeah, we never know, really.
we might have to look that up.
Make them sound dangerous.
I mean, a lot of this music comes from like what little towns.
What they may have been up
normal
to
people.
centuries ago.
But I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah,
little towns, normal people working hard during the day, and then they just go to the pub later and just play music together. And then someone comes up with a cool tune, and maybe this guy was the coolest freaking like guitar player in his whole town.
He was the Brian May of
Of like Ipswich,
Ireland
wherever.
200, 300, 400 years ago.
and everyone liked the tune, and they just kept playing it and learning it, and they taught it to each other by ear, right? No one wrote it down for hundreds of years. And now it's just in the Irish culture DNA, right? And no one knows where it came from, and everyone knows it, so you go to any tavern anywhere and start playing it, and they'll join in, and you'll all be playing it together.
That is pretty awesome. I definitely recognize a lot of, the tunes that you guys are playing, and a lot of them I don't. And it kind of also brings me back to the band I was talking about earlier, Lunasa. I wish I could ask them the same question. Is any of your guys' stuff original, or is this all just folk stuff? Either way, it sounds goddamn awesome. And even if it's none of it is original, it still has kind of its own original, I guess, take on it.
Right. That's an interesting part, because I'm sure these tunes have evolved, right?
Oh, for sure.
When they were being passed around, they weren't written sheet music.
Yeah, even the licks I hear that you guys are playing, I recognize them from other stuff, but not how you're playing it at
Right,
all in the
exactly.
slightest bit.
And then there's another level of that, and that's ornamentation, where super fancy melody players can like morph the tune in the moment.
Indeed.
Oh yes, and this is where I talk about that.
Dude, you missed your line. This is the only episode I bothered to write a script for.
Now you learned your lesson.
Everyone else is doing great. All right, we're gonna
All right,
back it up.
next-
Take
next
2
scene.
and action.
But no, it is interesting, and there's definitely, well, I guess an ornament
perfect.
could be, there's some ornaments that are built into songs that you can do, and an ornament is just a little extra thing you add in to give it a little bit more flair. And it's interesting because you can either do it yourself, like I personally put in a lot of extra ornaments, maybe to the dismay of my bandmates.
You
But-
have to, dude. You're the fiddle player.
Yeah, I have to show something.
It's like if you were a saxophone player. It's just that kind of instrument. You throw in little embellishments.
Kind of mean of you to say that.
Or a
but
guitar
okay.
player.
Okay, so do you not like me or?
No, it's your job, dude. That's all. I didn't mean to compare you to a sax, especially not a guitar player.
Come on, that's
You're not that guitarded. And I can say that because y'all don't have a guitar player.
Yeah, we don't.
he sometimes.
Wait, you play guitar too? God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Foot in the mouth.
Only when this one is too drunk and sad to get up.
It's like about half the time.
I
None of
pointed to
you
the
guys
bazooka,
mentioned
by
you
the way,
play
just so
guitar
know.
because no one wants to admit it.
We wanted to be kept on the show.
No, but what we were going back to with talking about if other Irish bands that you may be listening to kind of reuse the same tunes, the answer is kind of definitely yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In the movie Titanic, which I'm going to confess I've never actually seen.
Me
But,
neither.
hey, that's great.
And I mean, I grew up like, well, it was just in its prime, My
Yeah.
sister saw that like 20 fucking times.
Yeah,
She
not
went and
once
saw it
have
like
I
every
watched
night at the
You
theater when it
survived,
came
man.
out.
God,
You
get a life.
survived the Titanic era unscathed.
I know.
Well, like the Titanic era,
I
too.
didn't budge. Celine Dion was enough. Hearing that song every day, all day was enough.
Every night.
And of course, here we go. You don't know the week I've been through, man. All Thanksgiving, just Celine Dion.
You're like the last pure human.
But so
Thank you.
there's Irish music in the Titanic, right? And it's a couple of tunes that we have played before. And we had finished playing. We played like 45, 50 minutes of a set of traditional Irish music. And this guy catches Clyde and I outside, and he goes, "Hey, do you guys have Pandora?" And we were like, I like to listen to music, and he's like, "Yeah." And we're like, "Oh well, we've
No,
got
the
like
box.
Pandora's box." No,
Come
we're
on.
like- we were like, we have like Spotify, like we can listen to music online. And he was like, "Okay, like a couple of the songs you played were like actually played by Gaelic Storm in the Titanic." And we're like, "Yeah, like we know, like those are just some traditional tunes." And he's
That's
like,
the
"Oh,
name of the group?
Yeah,
like a group that was on the soundtrack?
yeah, is Gaelic Storm." And they'd
Whoa.
played these tunes. It was like John Ryan's Polka and the Blarney Pilgrim, right? Just like what Chris was saying, traditional tunes that have just been around forever. Who knows who wrote them? But this man was under the impression that
They
this
wrote
band,
it?
Gaelic Storm, had written it, and we were covering their song.
Poor guy.
But then he continues, so he asks us if we have Pandora, and we're like, well, like we can listen to music online, right? It is the year 2022. And he's like, "Okay, I need you to look up some bands." And he starts listening, for lack of better terminology, just like some real normie Irish bands, right? He's like, "You should listen to like the Dubliners and the Pogues," and he just starts listing
Flogging
off.
Molly.
Yeah, and
Dropkick Murphys, for
the High
God's sake.
Kings.
It's like if someone's like,
No
oh,
offense,
yeah.
but don't call Dropkick Murphys. They're not even like...
Oh,
never mind.
You like rock, bro? You should listen to the Beatles. Or it's like, oh
Yeah,
my
I'll bet you never
fucking
heard of
really?
them.
So this guy watched us play 50
It's way
minutes of
obscure.
Irish music, and then he was like, "Hey, you guys should look up Irish music. I think you'd really like listening to it." And we were like,
Yeah.
"Thanks, man.
This
That's
is just a shout out to that guy. We took your advice and we looked up some Irish music and we were way better for it.
Yeah, we
so
hate
you
it.
were
We
right,
hate it all
man.
of it. So
I
Totally
downloaded
improved
Pandora.
your style.
Yeah,
a
I
bit.
got Pandora, dude. Changed my effing life.
that's a box I was happy to look into.
Yeah, I opened that box.
I said that, and like, I'm so sad
God
I said
damn
that.
it. We're not editing it out either.
Guys, what's so funny? I don't get it.
No, that was a funny story. I liked it.
Yeah, that's
that
like
guy.
mythological concepts. I don't get it.
It's too bad that too many people are kind of like that, and like you just have to. I mean, you just have to understand, Like I don't know about you, but I didn't always just know everything about everything. And there was a day I still don't. I still have to just ask people. So, what the fuck is a reel?
No.
And listen, we have joked about this guy many times, but honestly, his enthusiasm,
we love that he was excited for the Irish music.
For sure.
My favorite part was that he told us to listen to Irish music. I don't know if he was complimenting us or if he was telling us to like get better taste, I guess is what it's coming down to for me.
No, like I don't.
He's trying to make a connection.
Yeah, no. Compared to real Irish musicians who like are Irish and do this professionally, which are we pros? I don't know if we're professional.
You're on KWJUDAS. You're pro as fuck.
Okay, yeah.
You're pro as
made it.
AF.
Well, we made it as of today, and there's been people who made it a little sooner than this. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what I'm saying is compared to them, we are that guy, right? So I try not to talk too much crap about guys who are just enthusiastic about what they like. You know what I mean? Everyone's on their road somewhere.
Chris
and he
is
was probably drunk.
the best in our band. He's like the best person in our band.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means.
That's weird because I personally was thinking I was the best in the band. I'm not even trying to be mean here.
I agree with you, Clyde.
Yeah, I agree too. So like, I don't know.
No,
why
I think Clyde
we
might
went
be the
down that
best in the
road.
band.
No, you
That
guys
was-
can't keep.
I
Now
didn't need
it was
to
funny
lose
when
that.
now it's
I
just
didn't
really
want to even
douchey of me because you're all like, "No, you're
be in
right,
that.
sir. Sorry."
No,
sir.
he's
Of
handicapped.
course,
He
sir."
has to be. A guy with the crutches is always the most wholesome. Wow. Again, that look in your eyes. He's getting that twinkle again. Do you need some more Molly, dude? Fuck. Don't look at me like that.
That's why we call him Sweet Baby Clyde.
It actually is
you
a funny
really?
story how I got this. Injured myself.
All right, let's hear it. We love
So,
good stories.
yeah.
Then maybe we should get to a little more music,
Oh,
but
probably. Well,
one more story.
So you know how Mike Conley was out for the Utah Jazz he's still out, and so they needed a new guard. So I went to the Jazz headquarters, showed them some stuff, and I had this nasty dunk on Kelly Olynyk, and he just
showed them some stuff.
Yeah, he could not take it. He fouled me afterwards, and I'd be fucking pro if it wasn't for that. So that's all I have to say.
I thought you had Fiddler's ankle.
I thought you tripped when you were drunk.
Okay, so let's not have this conversation now. Who brought this up? By the
So
way?
anyway, yeah, he fell back on being like an amazing fiddler, which is just his backup skill set, really.
I'm like 5'8", so the dunking joke is very funny, by the way.
Oh, that was a joke. Weren't you going to tell us a story? I wanted a damn story.
No, the story itself is so awful. I got up too quickly after a movie, and I just collapsed on myself. And
In the
I-
theater?
No, at home. Thank God.
Oh,
Wouldn't
man.
that be embarrassing?
Okay,
No.
let's just pretend it was in the theater. It was fucking
Only-
hilarious.
yeah. only my girlfriend got to hear me go like. And then she came out of the bathroom, and I did that thing where I was in immense pain, but I was like embarrassed about it. So I like gave her a thumbs up, and I waved her off like, you can go to bed, babe. But I was like sitting on the couch, like literally doing like the WWE, someone just like skinned me or something, and I'm like,
She just took a chair to the
yeah,
fucking
and I'm
knee.
literally like, and I'm like, it's all good, babe.
I'll just crawl to the hospital. No worries. I'm good.
I'm glad not to be the only gimp in the room. How long ago did that happen?
Saturday night.
Damn.
So
So you can look back on this show years and years and years from now and be like, that was the night I was a man.
that was
I
that's what
toughed
made
it
me a
out.
man.
Show no pain.
Oh, yeah, that was me. I something like that.
Right. Well, nobody wants to cry in front of their lady, right?
And it was a scary movie too, so I was already like, whimpering and everything.
Oh, the pressure's
before.
on.
Yeah, so
Was it like Titanic?
hey, I said a
so
scary
scary.
movie, not like a terrifying movie.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a man. Okay, let's get into another song there. This is the real folk on KWJUDAS. We're going to play a song, and then we're actually going to get into some live stuff because, well, they didn't just pack their instruments in here for no reason. So, thank you all for joining us. KWJUDAS, free radio praise. Hey, Derpin Kid, it's me, Derpinschly Guy. Whoa, Derpinschly Guy! That's right, me, Derpin Guy, the derpinest derf that, Derpin Schlurf. Oh, what am I doing? What's wrong, Derpin Guy? I'm an annoying antagonist dickhead who just relentlessly harasses little kids through telepathic dementia. Oh, that's too bad, Derpin. Oh, I need a break. I've got better, bigger things. I gotta go, kid. Wait, what? That's right. You're the new Derpinschly Guy. Oh no! I don't know how to... Pardon me, Myth. Would you like to wear some self-wetting undergarments?
Get out of my sight, you little creep.
Oh. Hey, mister. Would you like some microwavable popsicles? Oh, yeah. Go piss in an electric grape fan, you little turd burglar. Oh. Hey, kid. Can I interest you in some licorice flavor?
Oh, sorry, fat kid. My mom told me to never talk to annoying stinky dick antagonists in my head who harass little kids, especially through telepathic dementia.
Good call. Ha! See? Think this is easy? Don't you understand, kid? Telepathically harassing people through their own psychotic dementia doesn't just come to everyone second nature. Well, gee, I never knew. How do you do it? Why, with Derpinschly Guy's new complete Derpinschly Guy package. Learn everything you need to know about being a real Derpin Guy. I'll never doubt you again, Derpinschly Guy. That's right. Derpinschly Guy. Brought to you by Derpin Guy. And remember, if it doesn't say Derpin, it's not Derpinschly. Well, that was a message from Derpinschly, without whom this program would no longer exist. I don't know how, I don't know why, but somehow KWJUDAS is fueled by peanut shells entirely. And, well, they're the ones that pay the big bucks, or big shells. Anyways, we have the real folk who is actually going to give us an exclusive live performance, which is something that we really have not done hardly at all this entire season. Not just because of the absence of the wizard, my sound tech / co-host, but also it's just a much smaller space. I was a little surprised when these guys just started hauling in a goddamn casket, which turned out to be an upright bass. I couldn't say anything because all their music, the other instruments were already here. So, without further ado, this is our way of kicking off the Christmas season. They're going to even play a little bit of holiday music for us. This is the real folk KWJUDAS. Kick it. KWJUDAS, Free Radio Provo. This is the real folk. It's about as real as it can get. We're coming to you live here in studio. We just gotta let the fiddle player get his crotch adjusted.
Dude, I wish there was video. You could see me.
There will be. I'm gonna film this next one. So make sure you got your crotch adjusted. All right, what's the name of this next one, guys?
So this is actually a tune from the video game known as The Witcher.
called
All
Silver
right.
for Monsters.
For
and,
all you gamers.
do enjoy.
Hell yeah.
Yowza.
That was phenomenal.
That was
Absolutely loved it.
All
Fucking loved it.
I was holding that in.
Absolutely loved it. You guys are incredible. You just keep getting more and more fucking awesome.
That might have been our best one, honestly.
I'm down to listen to this all night, but the show does have to come to an end sometime.
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
So,
This next one's from Stardew Valley, which is one of the greatest games ever. This is Haley's theme, if you ever get close enough to her, which, hey, you should. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, this is Pickle Jar Rag.
the real folk. KWJUDAS. Free Radio Provo. Thank you for joining us. KWJUDAS, free Radio Provo, ringing in the holidays. Thank you all for joining us. This is The Real Folk here on KWJUDAS. And before we go, would you mind just real quick telling us where to find your music?
For sure. You can find our music on Bandcamp or SoundCloud, and you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Everything is just at The Real Folk, REEL. The Real Folk.
We'd like to thank you for joining us on yet another exciting episode of KWJUDAS on Free Radio Provo. We now turn you back to our regular free radio programming.